Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I'm in practice mode here, I'm gonna actually do a different video today. You know, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and it seems like the outcry this year for what we've seen from Madden 18, and the outcry has just been insane. The people want a better game and are really frustrated with what they've seen from Madden 18. And I think that's a good thing. So actually what I'm going to do, kind of talk about things that I want for Madden 19. And a lot of what I'm going to talk about here is going to focus on franchise mode. Not that I'm saying that gameplay is perfect, because it's not. It needs to be improved. I think we can all agree on that. But I am a huge franchise mode guy. And I haven't played Madden for a long time, and anyone who's been playing Madden for a significant amount of time will tell you, man, they've let this mode slip. It's pathetic how they've just let this thing go. A lot of us remember Madden 05, and so much of that is gone now. Like, first thing I'm really going to bring up is, well, it's something that could be used outside of franchise mode as well. But for me, franchise mode would be a pretty cool thing, obviously. That is, create a playbook. It was in Madden 05. I remember Madden 05, the create a playbook. Wasn't perfect. I remember when you try to create some run plays, there are a few bugs with that, but overall it was a good thing. I had a lot of fun with it. I spent hours in it, just creating formations, creating plays. And you can't tell me with PS4 now, in 2018, they couldn't fix those bugs that they had with it. I'm sure they could. Oh man. Okay. Big thing for me in the franchise mode is the off season. You know, that's where obviously you build your team, and it just actually, oh, there's something else I wanted to talk about before we got to the off season. Excuse me. Getting ahead of myself here. Before I get to that, I want to talk about what I've heard a lot of people talk about with what they want from Madden 19, and I agree, and that is the coaching staff, you know, especially the offensive and defensive coordinators. You know, if they could work in all the position coaches and stuff too, that would be even better. Oh, excuse me, I belched. But one thing with me, obviously I want, you know, all the coaches and the coordinators, like I've heard people say, but what I haven't heard people say in this regard when it comes to the coordinators and the coaches is I want them to matter. And what I mean by that is, well, let's take, obviously I'm playing with the Packers here. Packers are my favorite team. That's the team I use in franchise mode. So let's roll with this premise. Okay, Mike McCarthy is an offensive-minded coach. Okay? We all know that. So, he should only have an offensive playbook attached to him. The defensive playbook with my team should come from the defensive coordinator. That's realistic. We all want realism, right? We all want immersion. So, let's say, obviously the Packers, in recent memory, have been an offensive team. That's their strength. So let's say maybe 2-3 years in my franchise mode. Obviously, I'm trying to fix my defense, trying to get it better. And I feel like it would really help to get a different defensive coordinator. Different playbook. Maybe even a whole different scheme. Maybe I want to switch from a 3-4 to a 4-3. I don't think I would. I personally like the 3-4, but maybe I'd switch to like a multiple defense. But, for anyone out there, let's say you take control of a team, that has, the offensive-minded coach, and your team is a 4-3, and you want to switch to a 3-4, or maybe you have a 3-4 team and you do want to switch to a 4-3. Whatever you want to do. Or it should work obviously the other way too. Do you have a defensive-minded coach and maybe you're not a real fan of the offensive playbook? Maybe it's, not a real West Coast thing. You want to do more of a West Coast offense. Okay, whatever, man. So you should be able to do what you want. And that would really create realism and just make the game a lot more fun. I think too, if they could really work in a way where you could interview candidates, take some things from head coach, which did have some really cool ideas. That would be awesome. Okay. Now let's get to what I was going to talk about. The off-season. Okay, right from the get-go. The re-signing of your coach and your trainers and all that stuff, that's just completely broken. I've had it in years past where McCarthy's contract up and I offer him a contract and it doesn't really give me any feedback and he doesn't accept my contract, doesn't give me a rhyme or reason, and because I only get one shot at it, a new coach is just appointed to me. That's terrible. It should not work that way. You should be able to negotiate a little bit with your coach. And everyone knows Mike McCarthy wouldn't leave Green Bay. So they should try to work in something where, especially as long as Aaron Rodgers is there, Mike McCarthy ain't going anywhere. So, yeah, that just overhaul. Then when it comes to re-signing your own players, I remember a few years back they had the ability you had it where you could front load a contract, back load a contract, even out a contract. I don't know why EA took it out. It's a real thing. Helps create realism, obviously, and strategy too, and building your team and salary cap and the money. And actually, I think too, if they could figure out a way where you could restructure someone's contract who's already under contract, that would be awesome. That would be really cool. That's all around just, yeah. And free agency does need a boost, an overhaul too. I don't really know what I want though, in terms of what they should do with the free agency. I heard one idea, actually in a video not long ago, which I think is an interesting concept. I wouldn't have a problem with it. And that's make it time-based. You know, and yeah, I can decide how many hours you want to delegate to one specific player in free agency. You know, kind of make it like NCAA 14. And well, coaching carousel too. I should have probably touched on that when I was talking about the coaches. Everyone's talked about that. That's something that definitely should be worked in. And a big thing I remember a year ago, I commented a lot on this when like Madden 18 wish lists came out, for people talking about that. The NFL draft. That too, like so many things in this game, need an overhaul. Everyone who is at all familiar with the NFL, follows the NFL, the NFL draft has become a huge spectacle. It's just, you know, obviously vital in terms of building your team, and, you know, ESPN covers it. It's like a big deal. And you don't get that feeling when you're doing it, when you're playing. It's just so bare bones. The presentation needs to be changed. I'd love to see something that could work in where Roger Goodell walks up to the podium and announces the pick. That would be really cool. But when you're picking in the draft too, like, obviously there's usually teams picking ahead of you, the AI teams, computer teams, and you don't know in the draft screen what positions they'd be looking to draft. You know, there doesn't say a team needs thing for them. That would be huge, because, you know, there's a player you have your eye on that you want to draft, and you can see, oh, okay, how many teams above you are looking to draft that position, and you can kind of maybe get a layout of, oh, maybe I need to trade up to this particular spot, or, you know, depending on where you're picking the draft, oh, maybe I can trade back and still get this guy. You know, it would just really, really help with the realism and make the draft more fun. And obviously, I've heard people talk about custom draft classes. Yes. I'd obviously love to get back to a point where they have an EA making an NCAA game again. Because I remember, you know, playing NCAA, importing the draft class over to Madden, and it felt like it helped so much when I drafted, because, you know, I knew the players. I played with them, I played against them, I knew what the players were. And now with these random generated players, like, I don't freaking know. It's like, it makes it more of a crapshoot, and you just don't know what you're getting. And it sucks. So, if we're not going to get that, at least give us custom draft classes. Then we can make the class what we want. We know what we're getting, And I think the community would do there's people out there who would just go balls to the wall with that and make awesome classes, and then if the rest of the community could use it, and it would just be amazing. Because man, people love football, and they'll do whatever they can to make the game the best they can make it. Excuse me. So, what else can I talk about? Oh yes, the news feed. I mean, that's just so generic now. Like, like I said, talked about in the past, Madden 05. Like, they had, remember the radio show and the newspapers where you'd sign someone or re-sign one of your and it would be on the front page of the paper, and it was like, where has that gone? It's, you need to find out what's going on around the league, and it just no sense of that now. Like I said, I've watched other videos, people talk about Madden 19 wish list, and one person said this, and I completely agree. Let's say you're controlling, well, obviously I wouldn't like it, I'm a Packer fan. Let's say you're doing a franchise with the Bears. Obviously you play the Packers twice a year. And let's say you play the Packers one time, it was the first time in whatever season you're in, and Aaron Rodgers isn't the quarterback. And you really have no idea what happened to him. It just doesn't tell you anything. There's no storytelling. There's no news that really breaks on that, and it's pretty pathetic. So they really need to find a way to tell stories and fill you in on what's going on around the league. Oh man. Trying to think if there's anything I missed. Like I said, it's franchise mode has just been so stripped down. It's really sad. Someone like me who loves the mode and wants it to be the best it can be, and it's just, for years they've taken more out than they've added to it. It's just depressing. It really, really is. Like I said, think back to Madden 05. Like, how do you let it fall off so much? I really think, honestly, Madden needs competition. I really do. Someone to push him to be better. Yeah, I'm not really a basketball fan, but I've seen videos and stuff and what 2K has done with their NBA game, NBA 2K. It's amazing. It really, really is. And here I am stuck with this. It's, you compare the franchise mode and 2K to franchise mode and Madden, it not even a competition. Madden doesn't even come close. Does not even come close. Which In 2018 to be saying that and how long this game has been around, everyone at EA should be ashamed of themselves. You know, they focus. I think there is something to what you hear people say. It's MUT. They focus so much on MUT because that's what makes them extra money. MUT, 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 MUT. I don't care about MUT. I want to play franchise mode. But EA doesn't care because they want you playing MUT so you can throw more money at them. Yeah. So, if I missed anything, let me know. Hopefully people see this and, you know, comment below and if there's something you want that I didn't mention. And I'd really love it if this would somehow get to the guys at EA, because as you can tell, there's a lot I want changed, especially with, you know, the mode I've been playing for a long time, franchise mode. Make it great again. Please. Please. So, that'll be it, guys. See ya.